From the Greensburg Bed and Biscuit. Today I'm going to show you the different elements of the Mini Educator, the 300 TS from Ecollar Technologies. Okay, so this is a great collar with lots of different features. Both the unit and the remote are waterproof, and the remote even floats. Has some different features, and so sometimes people get confused by all the different buttons. So I'm going to show you some of that today. Let's first talk about the receiver. When you charge up both your remote and your receiver, there's a little rubber stopper. You plug into both of those to charge up your things together. Be sure after you've charged it up that you make sure you put these rubber stoppers all the way back in. That keeps them waterproof, but also keeps dust and dirt from getting into your unit and compromising its effectiveness. This collar, you have to turn on both the unit and the remote. So first I'm going to show you how to turn on the collar. The two red dots that you see, you have to match those up. You'll see that it turns green to turn it on, turns red to turn it off. When it's flashing green, you know you've got it turned on. To turn on the remote, this big middle button in the back that says L, you're going to press and hold that until you see the light come on. Same thing to turn it off, press and hold till it goes off. That same button, if you tap that button, tap, it turns on a light that flashes, tap it again, it turns it straight, tap it, and it turns the light off. So if while you're working you accidentally see a light flashing on your collar, that's how you turn it off. The different buttons, this button here is your stem button. That's your main button that you're going to use. You change your level by twisting this at the top. This button is a boost button, which is preset to be 5 notches higher than your regular stem. You can change that setting if you want, but it stays preset at 5. This button here on the side is T for touch. That's a vibrate. You'll notice on your little display here that there are several different things being shown. One is the level, which is the number 11 that we have right there. Then you have this M and your C. The way those stand for momentary and continuous. If we have it set on momentary, no matter how long we hold down the stem button, we get a very fast little doot. That's hard for a lot of dogs to notice, especially at low levels. So on the back here where there's an M and a C, I like to tap that until all I see is the C. That means when I use this button, it's continuous. So I can do in a tapping motion, delivering that, and the dog will notice it at a lower level. So check that you always have that C there. The other thing you have here is a 1D, which is flashing. 1D stands for one dog because this can be programmed to use for 2 dogs. If it's flashing, that means that your setting is able to change. If you press and hold it down, you will lock your level setting, so even if you bump it, it won't change. Okay, so that's everything on the collar and the remote. I'm going to show you how to fit this onto your dog. Come here, Cubby. Sit. Good. When you put it on your dog, you want this to be up high behind the ears and very snug. You don't want there to be any wiggle room where it's moving around. I like it to be somewhere on one side or the other. It can be down low, but you really can have it anywhere. You just have to keep in mind that the level that you're using, your dog's working level, will change depending on where it is at the neck. I like to just feed back and forth any extra bit of the collar there, but you can certainly trim yours. Notice that I can get a finger or two between the dog and the collar, but not much. Needs to be nice and snug. Good boy. Now, the thing that you want to keep in mind is making sure your dog's not getting any irritation with his the contact points on his neck, and particularly if your dog does a lot of swimming or working outside, make sure you rinse it off, rinse your dog, and let it dry out, because that's a common way that dogs get irritation. learn how to use this collar appropriately, and it can be a wonderful tool. Be sure you're getting guidance on how to do that safely so you have a happy dog who's comfortable and enjoys